Hello and welcome to our first video in our American Studies 1 unit. We are using the American Pageant Textbook edition number 13. So let's get started. Today we'll talk about the Louisiana Purchase and what happened, when it happened, everything that you need to know to pass the test on the Louisiana Purchase. So here we have a map of the Louisiana Purchase. You can see it's the green area, and we'll come to this map later when we start talking about what it did to the size of the United States of America and the original 13 colonies. Alright, so we wanted to expand, and Thomas Jefferson, who was president during 1803, wanted to expand a lot. So we want to get New Orleans down here in Louisiana, because if you get that, you get the Mississippi River basin, and you can control trade, and lots of money flows from the Mississippi River down into you, because you can control all the trade from the Mississippi River into the Gulf. So what Jefferson does is he tells Robert R. Livingston, this guy right here, who's our minister to France, to talk to Talleyrand, who's the negotiator for France, about purchasing New Orleans, and he gives him a maximum budget of $10 million. So Talleyrand and Livingston start negotiating, and somewhere in the middle of the negotiation, Jefferson decides to send James Monroe to help Livingston. Now, although Talleyrand is the one who's negotiating for France, it's kind of Napoleon who's telling him what to do every second of that negotiation process. Excuse me. And so, after Monroe arrives in France, Napoleon kind of just changes his mind, and he says, alright, how about this? Ask them how much they'll give for the whole Louisiana Territory. And we saw the Louisiana Territory is this whole green area right here. And Livingston and Monroe are kind of baffled. They did not expect this at all. But nonetheless, they start negotiations on the territory, and they finally come up with a price, $15 million for the whole territory. Now, you might think that's expensive, but in reality, it's 3 cents per acre, so it's not a bad deal. It's a great land deal, and it nearly doubles the size of the U.S. Right here, you can see the 13 colonies, the orange, and plus this doubles the size. Look at how much bigger this is than this. So yeah, they're done with the negotiations, and they signed treaties on April 30th, 1803, and Livingston and Monroe send the report back to Jefferson and the Congress, and Congress approves, and we buy the Louisiana Territory, which is the greatest deal we've made other than Alaska, which is 2 cents per acre. Amazing how we could have done that at all. But there's two reasons for Napoleon changing his mind from New Orleans to the whole Louisiana Territory, and that is the slave rebellion in Santo Domingo, led by Toussaint Louverture, who was an ex-slave and an able military leader. Basically, the Louisiana Territory was to create food and raw materials for Saint Domingo, but when Napoleon sent his army to conquer Saint Domingo, Toussaint Louverture, he opposed them and he fought, but they were easily put down. But you see, Saint Domingo has a second line of defense, and that is the yellow fever carried in the insects, which killed most of Napoleon's army, and so he couldn't conquer Saint Domingo, thereby not needing the Louisiana Territory. And so he's like, alright, we need money for the upcoming election in France. Why don't we just sell them the Louisiana Territory for $15 million, and we get the money to use for the election? So both sides agree, and now we have the Louisiana Territory to brag about, and Thomas Jefferson is now called the father of the Louisiana Purchase, or Louisiana Territory. But he's also the creator of Manifest Destiny, which is the idea that America will spread from coast to coast, which is what we have now. We have original 13 colonies all the way to the Mexican Cession and Oregon Territory. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you are ready for the Louisiana Territory test, and good luck.